Not so critical. On the contrary, I found the session this morning quite interesting. I learned something. I learned that, in the first place, the notion of business incubation and cluster, which was born 27 years ago with the EBN, and 30 years ago with the Program on Local Economic and Employment Development lead in the OECD, which was based on the importance of the agglomeration effect at local level, of sharing the information and the support, because the basic idea is that more than money, what matters is the importance of the mentoring, of sharing the experience, because entrepreneurship is, in the first place, a matter of sharing experience. And that was the logic of the Business Innovation Center, the incubator and the clusters effect. This morning we saw that we in the Nordic countries, we have moved away from that. And we, in the different business innovation centers of Finland, have become a national cluster to address the issue globally. And not only Finland, but the whole Nordic Baltic context. And that because the world has changed since the creation of EBN. The world has changed, and we are now facing a global competition. And you have to build this international, transnational, transborder clusters and networks. So that's the second very important lesson I learned, that when Obama was elected, he promised to create a lot of jobs, green jobs, that to foster green entrepreneurship, and he put some money that was wasted work. So the criticism that green growth was not delivering. But this morning we saw in the partnership, particularly between Finland and Russia, that is delivering. Is delivering because there is a plan in motion to save and earn a lot of money. Russia is the case in point of waste of energy. Not only producing and selling energy, but waste. I remember that Italian diplomats in Moscow keeping in the winter the windows open because central heating was so hot that you keep the windows open in the middle of the winter. It's a catastrophic waste. And it has been calculated that Russia wastes every year the equivalent of all the energy production of a country like France every year. Imagine which is produced. Well, they have 58 nuclear power stations plus import oil. You imagine. So these are two things, important things that I'm taking home, and they are good news from this important conference. I think that we badly need good news these days, because gloom is all over the place. Everybody is spending on apart from the debt, apart from Greece, there is, where are the new sources of jobs? And the new sources of jobs, now everybody agrees, are in the creation of new firms and the development of existing small firms. Therefore, public policies all over the world is trying to foster this process. Even Russia, President Putin has realized that among the Russian anomalies, there is one which is striking. Russian small firms contribute only to 17% to Russian employment. 17%, while it's 56% in the United States, 60% in France, Germany. It's 81% in my own country, Italy. So that's 66% in Japan. So President Putin has put the target to reach 50% of employment in SMEs in Russia by the year 2020. And we are cooperating with Russia to achieve this target. And at the moment, we are carrying out a review of SMEs and entrepreneurship of the Russian Federation. And that will be presented next year. Russia will chair the G20, the global governing body these days, which has a specific forum on SME financing, because SME financing is one of the obstacles to the growth of so many small firms. But I think that what the work of EBN, for me, is, I call it the local tool for entrepreneurship of small business. EBN, the business innovation centers, the logic, the philosophy, the policy which is behind that is providing tools to make at local level possible to create the environment that enables to do that. We, at the OECD, we have developed an innovation strategy, a green growth strategy, but 2 weeks ago at the OECD Ministerial, we have launched the skills strategy. We consider that skills are crucial. Skills for entrepreneurship in the first place, because without skills, encouraging people to become entrepreneurs could be criminal. You risk to send them out against the wall and then come back more frustrated than before. Therefore, universities, but even schools, not only, even starting from the primary skills, you have to provide within the framework of financial education, also entrepreneurship education, and should be included in the curricula of in all countries. But then there is the skills upgrading in existing SMEs, which is also a critical factor, because the single feature of the knowledge-based economy is most important is the rapid obsolescence of knowledge. Those who have a job, if they don't upgrade, update all the time, study and work all the time, they will go out of work and their company will be wiped out by the international competition. This is why a mechanism which imposes the total transformation of the way in which universities operate, because universities, particularly regional universities, have to behave differently with the small business than with large companies. The university it's easy that Nokia comes to the Technological University of Lappeenranta, but not a small business. For small business, the university has to go out and reach out to the small business. So there is a big role for universities, and it is good that this EBN Congress has taken place in the university, because the university has to transform itself. And I think that the collaboration between the EBN and the OECD in this field can produce results in the coming years. Thank you.